Natal. Today is 2/28/9. We've made it to the last day of the third decan of February, the month of mastery, as 2 and 9 come together and make a living. Doing you become an influence and aspiration of other people. Also, 11 come into 2, so we're in the month of relationships, bonds, and contracts, and we love it here, right? It's been a great time. I really appreciate all these gifts. Thank you. So, we're in a day of 2 and 8. Find balance, harmony, wisdom, justice, truth, and righteousness. All up in our heart chakra on the 8th, the space of transformation. Do you feel transformed? Do you feel like the month of 2 transformed you? Do you feel different? Do you feel empowered? Did some secrets and truths come out to you this month? Like, how was it for you? Oh, is that it, girl? Like the girl that sings that song, ITGIRL. I like that song. Anyway, but like, do you feel better? Like, do you feel empowered? Do you feel like the Scorpius energy coming to you? It also deals with Sebek, which is the celestial technicians, as labeling the things in our space, compartmentalizing, and all that fun stuff. So maybe you guys have come into a space of better like self-management, because Sebek is Had, that's splendor, that's Mercury in the Sephiros or the tree of life, however you like to look at the little thing. But you know, that's the intellectual space and self-scheduling and self-management and daily routine and health and wellness. Do you find yourself more empowered there? Do you find a lot of building and destroying happening in that space? Hopefully so. Hey James, welcome to today's mathematics. Um, yeah, so definitely finding balance and harmony and wisdom and truth. Today is a great day of reflection, right? That comes into 1 and 0. So now we have knowledge happening in our cipher. Also, 10 deals with Makuf. That's the Jeb energy. So 10 is really cool because it talks about how we're rooted upward into the cosmos, into the non-physical, all connected to one another. And then we're also down here on earth being rooted together too. So that's, the Jeb. So today is a day of 1. Today is a great day for my people born on a day of 1, whether that's 1, 19, 10, or 28. Those are all days of 1. So it's a great day for taking leadership, cardinal energy, taking initiative. You might want to do some of that type stuff today. Listening to your gut. This is big on the solar plexus chakra energy with the 1. Also, with the light, with the thought, grounding yourself and catching the downloads or whatever, right? So we're going to take this day of 1, which is the letters A, J, and S, which is fire, getting things started, water, which is your intuition, your emotional stuff, and the letter S is I believe that is intellect. Yes, air. So you have those 3 elements being on the forefront today as well. So you're going to take that 1, you're going to put it into the month of 2. This is the month of balance, harmony, and righteousness. If you listen, can I get there? Are you listening? Thank you, 2-3. Hey, Camille. Yeah, we're in the month of 2. This is a month of wisdom and harmony, law, justice, and truth, like we talked about. And we come into 3, understanding. So we take that 1, that intellect, we put it into the month of 2 of wisdom, and that brings us to 3, which is understanding. And then we're going to take that 3 of understanding, and of course, we're going to put it into the 9 of cosmos. And I like how this last day of this month added up to 3, which is the number of next month. So we're kind of like pre-gaming, right? Like letting you guys know 3 is tomorrow. You ready? So we're going to take this energy of 3 of understanding, which is Saturn energy. This is when we come into the space where we've been exercising our wisdom, and so now we've come to some conclusions, and we're implementing and expressing those set conclusions we've come up to. 3 also deals with emotions. 3 also deals with Gemini, community and communication. Intellectual space is very heavy here. And we know 3 is the child. 3 is the creation of things. And so we're going to take that 3, and of course we're going to put it up in Newt into the energy of 9. This is the year of foundation. This is the year of formation. This is the year of birth in supreme mathematics. So when we put the 3 into the 9, if you guys notice the pattern, whatever we put into the year of 9, we always get back in bite sizes, right? The universe never gives us the 3 right back. What the universe is going to do is give us back 1 and 2 and give us the opportunity to put those 2 numbers together to come up with the 3 ourselves, right? Overall, today is a day of 3. Today is a day of understanding, which helps us pregame. First of all, we're closing up the third decan of the month of February. On top of that, we're about to start the 3rd month of the year. That's going to be understanding, because 3 and 9 come together and make 1 and 2, which is 3. So we are about to be in the month of understanding. So this is a nice space to be in. So allow today to set the foundation of what you're going to do. in March, right? So yeah, creation, expression. 3 is associated with the letters C, L, and U. So we're still in the space of fire with the C. L is water. So we got the intuition space, and then U is associated with earth. So we're gonna bring it to the earthly realm, which Saturn can be associated with air or earth. It depends on what practice you're aligning yourself with. So we move in gratitude. So yay to the day of 3. Make some challenges, conquer them joins on this holy day. We love it here. So that's today's mathematics. I'm gonna read the Netaroos to you real quick. I'm not gonna try to hold you guys too long today because I gotta get up in a few hours. But this is the energy of Seker or Ta, Amet, or Kapiri. Canaanite, this is Ziph and the Kabbalah, this is Bina. And Yoruba, this is Babalao. And Hindu Kush, this is Kali. The third sphere or Sephiroth, associated with the planet and the day Saturn day. The colors is indigo and black. The number is 13, which is a karmic debt number because it is very difficult to stand under what you know or take action on your emotions. And the way that this world is, where everybody's solar plexus chakra is so like overactive and over controlling. Everybody's trying to control your expressions, your emotions, and what you stand under. Gems and metals is blue sapphire, onyx, and lead. As far as the herbalisms go, in the bath, you got Artemisia vulgaris, Jerusalem tea, and bitterbroom. And the oils, you got myrrh and cypress. And incense, you got myrrh, cypress, and southernwood leaves. The hekau, as far as the spiritual hekau, or where the power is Kring, Kring, and you do that to the direction of the east. The planetary hekau is Ong, Prang, Pring, Prong. And you're going to do that facing the southwest direction. My book is falling apart. The personality portfolio, some positive traits: being stable, sober, steadfast, reserved in speech, thrifty, studious, austere, steadfast in friendships, reliable, appreciative of structure and limitations, patient and hardworking. Some negative traits for today is being misanthropic, depressed, jealous, mistrustful, suspicious, a liar, malicious, miscontent, timorous, miserly, unappreciative of structure, limitations, unsympathetic, stubborn, inhibited. So it's kind of like having an overactive or underactive, root chakra or Saturn placement. The goal is to be like, cool, we love limitations, we like restrictions, we like rules, because we know that is what's necessary in order to take things from the non-physical realm into the physical, or for things to just exist. Some mental traits, some positive mental traits: the suppression of thought processes during deep concentration. I read Metu Netter. Resulting from the perfection of the Men-Ab meditation system, leading to the ability to A, awaken and direct the units of spiritual power, which are the Netarus, the deities, and spirits, or B, enter the attunement with the spiritual forces that are in charge of the orderly unfoldment of events in the world. Planning and organizing is heavy here. And, hey, Gary, welcome to today's mathematics and the astronomical report. Elderly persons, property owners, farmers, miners, subway workers, funerary industry, priests, and priestesses are skilled in this 3. The divine law from within by deities and spirits, destiny, success in life, organization, structure, cycles, hierarchy, phases, limitations, delays, and obstructions is the spiritual portfolio. And as far as the spiritual function, no two things can occupy the same thing No two things can occupy the same place at the same time. There's divine law and order, and therefore guarantee all things in their day in the sun. The coming into being and the unfolding of all events in life are controlled by the spiritual forces for the sake of maintaining order in the world. The spiritual forces maintain order in the world by organizing all things and their parts into the hierarchy of place and time. Regarding life events, we therefore do not make up the plans that we will follow, but seek to intuit the spiritual structure controlling the events in our lives as ordained by the spirits. Incidentally, these structures or patterns that are woven into the energy matter substratum are analogous to their patterns that are formed when sound vibrations are deployed over the surface of water, etc. They have been reproduced in many cultures and are known as veves or yantras. People with well-developed ability to concentrate, which enables them to intuit spiritual structures underlying events, are said to be good planners. They also have the capacity to accept and appreciate the limitations that these structures impose on their thoughts, emotions, and actions. As these structures guarantee each thing its time and place for manifesting by maintaining order, these people are successful in their lives. And those who lack the ability or the inclination to concentrate deeply enough to intuit the underlying structures of things either fail to plan or lack the capacity to accept or and appreciate the structures and limitations. So if you like to be everywhere and do everything at the same time, you probably don't like rules and structure, and you probably experience a lot of burnout. It's probably hard for you to manifest things into your space because you're not adhering to the rules of, physics. You can't be in multiple places at one time. You could try, but not everything is getting given that concentration, that undivided attention for it to come into creation as number 3 wants it to be. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like, sometimes you're like, oh, it's resistance, it's obstructions, it's delays, etc., etc. And that's just the result of you trying to defy the laws, right? Lacking help from other spiritual quarters, end up in miserly existence as they live like trains trying to run, staying off the tracks. And there's some tracks you got to be on. You might not be on, want to be on the same limitations and disciplines and stuff like that as everybody else, but there is something you have to be on. There has to be some type of discipline or something going on. Some people come into the spiritual discipline and then they get upset because they thought they were going to come here and not experience any laws or rules or anything like that. And that's not true, because even here we still are ruled by the laws of physics and metaphysics. There's still law and order there. It's just not the same law and order as, other things. And then sometimes if you think about it, the way the jargon is set up is a little different, but it's still the same, some certain aspects is still the same law and order nonetheless, right? But that is the mathematics and the gematria and all that fun stuff for the day. My apologies if you don't understand it, but if you come check me out in Philly tomorrow, I am conducting an energy awareness course where I will break it down to you and you can stop sitting here and talk about how boring I am. Or on Sunday, if you can't be in Philly tomorrow or today, I will be conducting an online energy awareness course that you guys are more than welcome to join me on. It is a free course and I can break it down to you, but that's if you want it. I'm not going to force nothing, and I'm definitely not going to tolerate a lot of this stuff in my course. So, you might want to stay your lawless ass on YouTube. We could have that conversation, James, on a different time. But let me get through this astronomical report because I don't want to be up here too long. We start the day off with a 0% waxing crescent moon rising at 6:57 a.m. and setting at 6:51 p.m. Now, in the tropical as well as in the Vedic, and I'm just going to address the sun and the moon at the same time because we are in a new moon phase. The sun rises at 6:33 a.m. today and it sets at 5:50 p.m. I don't like to be in the city too much. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't like it over there. I'm just doing the event over there at the rec center at noon if you want to come by. But tropically and draconic in the mind and connection of the soul, we are in Pisces energy. So, your mindset creates your vortex, right? In that space, we're dealing with your belief system, your dreams, your Akashic records, your subconscious, anything hidden beneath the horizon, hidden agendas, hidden goals, friends, whatever, everything that's in the deep waters. So that's like the deep physical waters, DNA strands and all the history and the information that's in your DNA, your brain, the deep waters of the ocean and what's down there. Like, this is all Piscean type energy, and it brings you into a space of isolation too. Now, in the energy exchanges of things, we are in the Aquarius constellation between the sun and the moon. Now, the moon is over there at 17 degrees in Aquarius in the 4th house, 1 and 7 being knowledge on that balance and harmony, that God energy, the justice of 7. The sun is at 14 degrees, so that's that knowledge on chesed, generosity and mercy. For also being home and family of Cancer energy. And so this is the Sadabisha Nakshatra. It goes from 6 degrees to 20 degrees Aquarius. This nakshatra lies entirely within Aquarius. It's a sign ruled by Saturn, and it's associated with innovation, humanitarianism, and collective progress. As a nakshatra in Aquarius, Sadabisha reflects these Aquarian qualities, but with a unique energy. It has a Rahu influence, the north node of the moon, which represents illusion, discovery, and material desires. Rahu is a planet that seeks to bring transformation, and it can sometimes create confusion. but also leads to breakthroughs, particularly in matters of spirituality, knowledge, and hidden realms. The symbol is a circle or a thousand-petaled flower, which indicates wholeness of life or the unity of opposites. The circle can also represent infinity, the cosmos, and the idea of completeness. The symbol can be linked to spiritual growth, healing, and transformations. The deity is Vasu. The deities associated with Sadabisha are Vasu, the group of 8 deities who represent light, prosperity, and healing. They're considered to be the keepers of the cosmic order and bring abundance, prosperity, and spiritual enlightenment. The connection with Vasu enhances the healing abilities and spiritual insights of individuals born under this energy. So we're dealing with healing, spirituality, and mysticism in our external and internal sides of our third eye, which is the sun and the moon. The sun rules over our experiences, our expression, while the moon rules over our intuition and our introspection, right? And they're both in the same energies right now between Pisces and Aquarius. And so humanitarian efforts, be mindful of being a martyr. Don't be overgiving. We don't want to be overgiving. We talked about that heavy yesterday. The moon here can sometimes lead to feelings of emotional isolation or a sense of being misunderstood. You might prefer a little bit of solitude from the deep waters of Pisces energy on the tropical and the draconic. Self-identity and emotions are heavy here. Disconnecting from the material world with that Aquarius constellation is heavy here too. Wanting to understand deeper truths and discover more is a big thing here too between the Pisces and Aquarius energy, because Pisces deals with beliefs while Aquarius deals with what do you know, right? The moon transiting here is an excellent time to engage in healing practices, whether for yourself or others. The period is well suited for spiritual growth, meditation, or working with alternative healing modalities. Engage in research, study mysticism or the occult sciences that resonate with you. You don't have to do what someone else is doing or whatever, what have you. You know, you do what you feel comfortable with. Detachment and innovation is key here. Focus on innovation and finding new solutions to your problems. Use this time to approach challenges with analytical mindset while maintaining emotional detachment, which can help in rational decision making. Be mindful of feelings of isolation or emotional detachment and take steps to connect with others to express your emotions, because Aquarius deals with the power to be one with all, which is a big one. So that's what the sun and moon is doing. The moon and Saturn is at minimal angle at 2:08 p.m. today. The moon will be 0.8 degrees northwest, conjunction at 3:36 p.m. The moon would be 1.1 degrees north and node and not be visible because we are in new moon phase. Jupiter is the best visibility of the year. That's going to happen now, midnight. The evening visibility of the moon begins tonight. The moon and Mercury are also in conjunction at 11:39 p.m. The moon will be 0.8 degrees south, minimal angle at 11:59 p.m., where the moon is 0.8 degrees south southeast. Observe at 6:39 p.m. with a 3.6 degrees southwest separation. So you'll see like the moon start to conjunct and minimal angle with a lot of planets as it slides through Pisces and Aquarius. It's going to be happening back to back, back to back. So for those of you guys who are ruled by the moon in anywhere, especially your rising, or even your sun or moon, anywhere, honestly, you're going to feel like more intense transformations, because, you know, these are major planets, and major planets, of course, have big EMFs. You know, they have, you know, big energies. So you'll feel like that intense, like, I felt like this a moment ago, and now I feel like this. What the fuck? And that's the moon gliding through these different planetary placements. Mercury enters the Pisces constellation today at 10:30 a.m. So you'll have Mercury now being aligned on the tropical, the Vedic, and Draconic chart in Pisces. So invocation on your belief system, which your emotional attachments to things, being empathetic is heavy here. You know, Mercury kind of feels a little debilitated in Pisces because while Mercury is more air and it's a little bit faster than that Pisces water, one. Two, Mercury is more about community and communication, where Pisces is about isolation and things that are hidden and beliefs and feelings. Mercury is more about intellect. So trying to find a balance between Mercury and Pisces is the challenge. Can you do it? I believe in you. 7 planet alignments today, y'all, from Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, all in Pisces energy. Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars. These are the 7 planets. So you got your root chakra, your throat chakra, Neptune ruling over, things beneath the horizon. Venus ruling over your heart chakra. Uranus bringing the progressive pushes. Jupiter ruling over your sacral chakra, and Mars ruling over your solar plexus chakra. So, and then, you still got the sun and moon. So that's your third eye chakra. So literally, did I miss a chakra somewhere? No. Every chakra is in alignment right now between Taurus, Pisces, Aries energy. Because it's Uranus that's in Taurus, and Jupiter is over there in Gemini. But in the sky, yeah. So there's like a nice alignment with the chakras as a collective. Ooh, we love it here. Nice little, line for my spellcasters. Pluto is at 7 degrees Capricorn in the 3rd house, so it's at that space of finding balance and harmony, in the community and communication. So Pluto might take a little break a little bit. I don't know. When Pluto starts getting fixed in Capricorn and starts making like bigger changes and transformations and truths, more so in the fixed energy. But we're getting closer to that. So the cardinal energy, yeah, some of these changes might stay how they are, but there's still some that might undergo, transformations. But once we get into the fixed Capricorn energy, a lot of those transformations and truths that come out are going to be like more fixed, permanent kind of, right? And then when we get into mutable, a lot of those transformations and stuff that's coming out will be like situational. Yeah, okay. Um but that's in the 3rd house of community and communication, right? Intellectual space. Palace is a degree away. Palace is the talents and the genius that we have, our inner genius, and our that we like to overlook for some reason. You keep telling yourself you're not that good at something or whatever, what have you. And that's at an 8 degree in Capricorn in the 3rd house. So your genius like qualities, feeling transformations that are going to call on you and empower you on those genius like qualities. And when I tell the story of Ogun kind of came to my mind, where when the war started, and the prisoners of war started getting enslaved, that called on Ogun, who was a blacksmith, to become a warrior. So kind of like that transformation, like there's going to be circumstances that are going to put you in a space where you're going to see like, what you're really good at. So that is the astrological astronomical report, y'all. Remind you guys, we are in the last day of Makir, which is the season of Peret in the ancient Kemetic calendar. We're on the last day of Jeb, which is the earth energy in the ancient Kemetic calendar. We are well, actually, no, I lied. We're in Makir till March 9th. We're in the last day of Shavat in the Hebrew calendar. So we'll be entering the month of Adar tomorrow. Remind you, we're in the year 2025. This is wisdom in our cipher and wisdom in our power, which is bringing us to formation and things being born. So things are being born from the solar plexus chakra. Things are being born from that fire energy, the fire of new beginnings. So a lot of transformations are happening abruptly and violently, right? Hey, peace to the goddess. And just being aware of that it is it's kind of bringing to full circle what it is that we had wanted to give birth to from year 1. And you see a lot of full circles. Like go back to 2017 and look at all the different things that was happening. Like I think that the president that we have is like the biggest one, and you could just branch off from there, because Trump became president in the year of 1, and now we're in the year of 9. He's becoming president again. And then we had the Pope Francis, or whatever Pope that is that's here now. He became Pope around that time. And also around that time was the beginning of the Me Too movement, and look at where we are now with that. It was a lot of things that are coming into full circle. The year 1 was also a lot of massacres. A lot of Ogun energy was heavy in the year 1 with shootouts and stuff like that. So I hate to say it to you guys, but yeah, you're going to see a lot more of that happening in this year too, in the year 9, bringing it to full, bringing certain things into full circle. 2017 was a good year, though. You're absolutely right. So I tell you guys all the time, make sure you're journaling or whatever. You go back to what you were doing 2017. I'm pretty sure if you guys had social media, you guys can go back to your social media posts on 2017. I delete my social media pages like every year, 2 years. I don't know. I have this thing with cutting my locks and deleting social media pages. And so, I can't go back to 2017. It doesn't exist for me. But for some of you guys, it does. So go back to, what you were doing there and what was going on. I can go back to my YouTube page. I think my YouTube page is taking me back to 2017. And that's when I started doing all of this with you guys online. Hey, Shan. And so, that's that there. Anyway, so just to remind you that that's what's going on. It's the last day of Shabbat. We are in the year of gold, which is, holding on too close to, luxuries and material things. They will be taken away from you. We are in the month of the wolf, in Native American horoscope. Good intuition brings a sense to life and death. We are in the wealth of amber until March 5th, which blesses us with a sense of morality as well as rebellion. Also in that space of instincts that the wolf gives. In the Druid horoscope, we are in the energy of Ash, which is the enchanter. Being observant and curious, yet still very reserved. And the Chinese horoscope, we're in the energy of the wood snake, which is a period of transformation, creativity, and wisdom. Opportunities amongst the different challenges that we will be experiencing on the 2025, which is very assuring. So that's what's happening on the month and the week calendars from those different what do you call it, cultures, if you will, different horoscopes from those different places. And you guys know we're on the day of Friday. Friday is ruled by Venus. Venus is, associated with the heart chakra. Happy holy day. And this is Anahata, which means unstruck, unhurt, and unbeaten. Is located in your mid chest between your shoulder blades. It represents your self esteem, love, wealth, wisdom, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. For my Reiki healers, you want to imagine a crescent moon. The upper D note for your upper heart chakra is the D major note, and then for the overall heart is the D note, and for the lower heart is the C minor note. And EU vowel sound 639 hertz, and green 560 to 520 nm. Now the cause is Yam for spiritual, and Kling for mundane, or the planetary. And like I said, Venus or Oshun rules over the heart chakra. We know Venus right now is sitting in Pisces energy, I believe. Yes. Aries, but the Pisces constellation. So we have that new beginning experience in our heart chakra, and this in the same breath, the energy exchanges or the body of Venus is still in the dreams and the subconscious and the hidden things. So we're dealing with that in our space. The internal side of the heart chakra is ruled by Taurus energy. This is Het Heru. This is the seventh sphere, which is Netzach, victory. Right? Yeah. Beauty. No, beauty is Tippereth. It's victory. Which is also associated with the solar plexus chakra when you're looking at the tree of life. So the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra go hand in hand when you're aligning the chakras with the Sephiros, or the tree of life. And so this is the celestial workers, and they come and design the things how you want it to be. March will be successful. All zodiac signs. Yeah, March is the month of 3. It's the space of expression and creation. And it could be successful for any and everybody who knows how to use the 3s, definitely. And so, yeah, Taurus energy, what do we have in Taurus right now? We have Uranus. We have Uranus over there in Taurus, on the internal side of the heart chakra as a collective. And Uranus brings the progressive pushes on the internal side of the heart chakra as a collective. Taurus deals with, your priorities, that balance between the material and the emotional, the physical and the non-physical. So, for those of you guys who are too caught up in the physical, you guys are going to lose out on some emotional aspects. For those of you guys too caught up in the emotional and the non-physical, you guys are going to lose out on the material. The goal always is to be the homeostasis in the middle. Hey, Skinny P, how you doing, love? Your birthday's on the 16th? Oh, yay, nice. My sister's birthday is on I don't want to lie. I know a few people in March and it gets blurry. I believe their birthday is on the 9th though. My college roommate, she was a Pisces. which now, knowing more than I did in college about astrology, it makes sense that we were BFFs. Her and my other friend Sharif, shouts to Sharif. He was awesome. He was always randomly singing R&B songs. But his birthday was March 9th as well. So yeah, so I know a lot of March people. I know a lot of March people. And they all are around like from like March 6th to the 9th. Now I know a 16th person. 16th is a good number. 1 and 6. That comes in a 7. That's a good number. The external side of the heart chakra is ruled by Libra. So while the inside of the heart chakra is dealing with, you know, that balance between those things and what you prioritize and what you value, Libra is giving those interpersonal energy exchanges that reflect where that Taurus is at. You know what I'm saying? So what do we have in Libra right now? Libra is ruled by Netet, which is the Kundalini sensual forces. It's still the seventh sphere, the seventh Sephiroth, but it's just a different deity over there with opus scales. We don't have any major celestial bodies in Libra, but we do have the 11th house, which is the Aquarius space over there in Libra. So the sense of detachment, the power to be one with all, and connecting the power to be one with all with our interpersonal relationships, bonds, and contracts is heavy there. And we have the 6th and the 7th house sitting over there in Taurus. So space of equality, as well as, you know, the godly energy, self-management, and justice sitting over there in the heart chakra. So some very important placements happening over there on the heart that we'll be dealing with on today, this Venusian day. What else I want to chat about? How did we even get here? Let's get into the planetary hours, y'all. So since today is ruled by Venus, as soon as I find my paper, we can get started on the Venusian hour starting at 12. So from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are in the hours of Venus, and we talked about Venus being in Pisces, Aries energy. So new beginnings to our belief system. Mercury hours are from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Hey, Trinity. And 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Mercury rules over our communication, our intellectual space, and that is in Pisces energy. So like I spoke about before, it's a little debilitated there, but you got to learn how to make it flow between what you believe and what you know, being a part of the community and also having a sense of isolation. Be mindful of falling into that energy of the martyrdom. The moon's hours are from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then 11 p.m. to midnight. The moon deals with your emotions and your intuitive self. The moon is over there in alignment with all the Piscean placements, being in Pisces as well as in the Aquarius constellation. So again, we have that balance between isolation, being to yourself, and knowing that what you do for yourself is bigger than you. It's a part of the collective. So your self-love is affecting your auric body. Your auric body is connected to the auric body of the collective. So even in those times where you feel like you're being selfish or self-centered, you are still connected to the collective, and you're still adding it to the journey of the collective. Like just by, you sitting in your space and you having the thoughts that you're having and the beliefs that you're having. It's a butterfly effect. It's affecting the way certain things are shifting and moving. We're dealing with a pole shift right now, but this was a pole shift that we collectively communicated into existence. We're dealing with the death of, the government, and hopefully, I can't wait till they get rid of the IRS. I fucking hate it here, especially when it comes to these people that's capitalizing off of you guys with all this IRS paperwork. Like, fuck these people, bro. But if I speak it into existence enough, eventually it'll go away. But I'm not the only person speaking it into existence. There are a lot of people who feel the same way. But yeah, just remember, like, those things that you're doing by yourself as an individual are indeed bigger than you. Everything is bigger than you. Okay, so the hours of Saturn are from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then at midnight, of course, we start the Sabbath day on a Saturn hour. Saturn brings the challenges. It's good for long-term planning, and it brings us the restrictions, the limitations, and the discipline. They have all those planets in their 12th house. Jeez. Well, I mean, that can't be bad. That could be like really good unless like they have a lot of death around them, that somebody in their space might pass away. Um, or definitely channeling spirits and energies. Make sure they keep their head could also download energy that doesn't belong to them. There is a lot of entities in the non-physical that are looking for places to be born. And so, if you're one of them people that like open yourself up to any and everybody's energy, you're definitely to some crazy, intrusive thoughts. So you got to be mindful of that. But yeah, Saturn is sitting over there in Pisces, and it's bringing the groundedness and the different challenges to your belief, to strengthen you into having boundaries and the discipline that you need. Now Saturn is still sitting over there in the Aquarius constellation like everybody else that's over here in the Pisces zodiac, except for Mercury is the first planet out of all these planets, in Neptune has been in Pisces constellation for a while. So Neptune and Mercury are the only two planets right now that are in Pisces on the tropical and the Vedic chart. All the other planets are in the tropical Pisces, but they're still Vedically in Aquarius. So while they're providing you with that mindset of belief and getting into the spiritual, the non-physical, going into yourself, you know, they're still coming into the auric body of the collective at the same time. So again, like I said, all the altar work, the prayer, the grounding yourself, going into isolation, going into hermit mode. You may think you're separating yourself from the collective, but you're not. You're actually submerging yourself more into it. Some of you guys, even in your space you know isolating yourself, you still come into the ones and zeros of the internet, which is also Aquarius energy. Yeah, he has a Pisces Aries split in his 12th. Yeah. So he has that. I keep to myself, but then also part of the collective. He just has to be mindful of that martyrdom energy if he has it, which can be overwhelming and make you want to isolate yourself and stuff. So be mindful of being transactional, but also don't be overgiving. I'm a real nigga. Me too. And so the hours of Jupiter from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., and then 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jupiter also deals with long-term planning, but it's more so an expansion and study and growth, while Saturn more so deals with the limitations and the things that could go wrong and stuff like that, right? Jupiter is sitting over there in the Gemini zodiac, so in our mindset, we want expansion and abundance in our intellect and our community and our sense of communication. It's happening over there in the 7th house, so it's in that house of interpersonal relationships, bonds, contracts, marriages. A lot of these, poly people come into the forefront. That might very well be Jupiter over there in Gemini in the 7th house, which is also Jupiter being in Taurus in the 7th house. But it's other facets of love too. It doesn't have to be like, pinpointed down to romantic love. There's community love, familial love, but that yearning for expansion in that space of community in those different realms is definitely big there too. Also for people's business pursuits, learning about what you want in a business realm of things in the community that you need, or what you need to learn to attract those things. Thank you for the gift. That's heavy here too. Also, the expansion and abundance happening and the law and justice, because 7 not only deals with interpersonal relationships and marriage and romanticism and all that, but it also deals with the justice system. So all those different connections, Jupiter is giving expansion to it in the realms of intellect as well as priority and value, right? Mars hours are from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, Mars deals with your assertive self, your aggression, your motivation, what gets you going, your solar plexus chakra, of course. It's sitting over there in Cancer, which we say is a debilitating space, because while Mars wants to be assertive, Cancer wants to be more introspective. So now we want to be more nurturing to our solar plexus chakra and give our solar plexus chakra, what do you need to be confident and courageous in certain areas where you don't feel it? You know what I'm saying? Give yourself that. Allow yourself to have that. And so Mars is still sitting in the Gemini constellation, bringing you the intellect that you need. Because for some of you guys, it's intellect. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel courageous in certain spaces because I don't have enough knowledge to be comfortable in this space right here. I don't know what's going on. I'm in the dark, or I don't have enough support or whatever. Well, guess what? Now that you have this sense of awareness with Mars sitting over there and Cancer in the 8th house of empowerment, right? Transformations, building, destroying. Guess what's going to happen with Mars sitting over there in Gemini constellation in the 8th house? You're going to attract the knowledge. You're going to attract the community. Some of you guys are going to travel, or you're going to feel motivated to travel. Now, if you don't listen to yourself while Mars is in this cycle right here, then, you know, you're going to miss that boat. I say let that space open you up. You know what I'm saying? The hours of the sun are from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., and 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, the sun also deals with energy like Mars does, but the sun is more about vitality, and expression, creation, experiences, right? And the sun is providing us with these Pisces, Aries experiences right now. The sun will be in Pisces constellation on March 17th. And so from the 17th to like the 22nd, 23rd is when we'll have that alignment of the sun being in Pisces on the tropical, Vedic, and Draconic chart. So give space. So it may feel like your mind is moving a whole lot slower and dreamier than your energy exchanges and the happenings around you, which can start to overwhelm you because, oh my gosh, I got to do this, this, and this, and I'm so fucking tired. I feel so slow, especially for people who have a Leo or a Virgo sun and this energy is your opposite, or if you have the Gemini Cancer collection that's, you know, square this energy, or if you have what is it, Sagittarius. Is it, yeah, Sagittarius, is it Sagittarius and Scorpio, or Sagittarius and Capricorn? One of those, but it's square that energy. So that's the cross right there between those 8 energies right there is a cross. And so they're being affected the most is the collection between, oh yeah, it is Scorpio because Scorpio's fixed like Aquarius. Duh, Nika. So it wouldn't be Cancer, it would be Gemini and shit. It would be Gemini and Taurus. So it's the fixed and the mutable signs that are feeling this mostly right now. Right. Yeah, Sag and Gemini, Pisces and Virgo. Yeah, that's all fixed and mutable. Well, those are all mutable that you got. So, but Aquarius is a fixed air. So that's the fixed energy, the fixed connection that you get on the cross right now until March 17th. So you guys feel whatever, you know, the Pisces and Aquarius energy brings to you. It depends on where that your placement on that cross is in your chart. Like I give you an example. I'm a Virgo. I have a lot of placements in Virgo, so I feel heavy the Pisces energy, and I have my Mars in Gemini, so I, you know, that's another mutable John, and my Lilith is in Sagittarius, so that's the cross that I have with the transit Pisces energy. And then you know, I have Leo placements. I got my Jupiter in Leo. I'm a Leo rising. I want to say my palace is in Leo too, and that's associated with the fixed Aquarius. I'm also Aquarian North Node, and my South Node is in Leo, so that's the fixed energy too. On my Draconic charts, all Scorpio, so my spiritual experience is being, you know, pulled down heavy from the Aquarius fixed energy. So you can align all of that, and you can also align the houses. And again, if you need assistance with energy awareness, you know, especially for my creators over there trying to figure out when's the best window to create something, do something, or what's going on with your energy exchanges and your different relationships, feel free to reach out. I would love to help you. Like I said, I do have a course happening, which is why I need to go lay down somewhere. But that'll be at noon today at the Philly Rec Center. And then on Sunday, I'm doing a free master class virtually at 2 p.m. EST. If you guys want to catch me then, and yeah, it's above, so below, Jimmy. Yep, you're absolutely right. I'll be going over energy awareness and how I align, you know, the astrological placements into your chakras. And so you can see what spaces you have open that are vulnerable to the energies around you, and which ones, you know, you're fixed on or mutable on or whatever. I can show you all of that. I got you. But yeah, so let's get into the collective reading so I can let y'all go. The theme for the reading today is being the weaver. Mercury is the planets of the day, y'all, especially because Mercury is now entering Pisces, and Mercury has officially entered Pisces on all 3 realms. So, you know, the weaver energy is heavy here, you know. Dream Weaver, that is the song. So you're invocating your dreams into existence. Hey, Bean Pie. 2-0 wisdom in our cipher is big here. Lavender is the herb I had pulled to expand on this. I pulled a reverse. Oh, I pulled 2 cups. I don't be paying attention to these cards when I'm on them. I know y'all be watching me when I be shuffling. I just be chatting with y'all. So we got the reverse cups. So we gonna work on that balance and harmony. With our emotional, intuitive self. We're gonna work on it, right? Yeah, we are. Okay. And empowering transformations. Now, the 8 can be a little tricky because sometimes the 8, with some of you guys here, you guys have been using your emotions and your intuition and your spiritual self to be, on that ego driven pedestal. And we don't want to do that. We want to be more balanced here with our spiritual self. Is not to be, you know, um, boastful and stuff. Like I said, even in that space of isolation, you still are a part of the collective. I don't like that H word of humble. It makes me angry. I'm not going to tell you guys that bullshit, but I will say just be mindful of your intentions when you are, exhibiting your spiritual self and your intellectual knowledge and all those different things like that. I will say that. Um, them earthly Philly Jones gonna be there with them furry. I don't know. That's, you could show up and find out. That's your business. I would rather you not show up with that energy though, because I will have you removed. I tolerate this shit on YouTube. I don't tolerate this shit in real life. I promise you I don't. But yeah. So we have the 8 of Cups there. Transformations and empowerment happening on your emotional intuition self. And so, what parts of self are we going to focus on? We're going to focus on our Jabora, which is that Jabora is 5. That's Mars. That is the celestial enforcing that internal law that we're going to come up to once we balance out this 7, of water, and this 8 of water, when we, that empowerment stuff, we're going to come into this space. This is Saturn and Leo, so it's a little bit of challenges happening in that heart chakra and your creative space or whatever. And that's because we got to go back to those restrictions and limitations. Remember, I told you today's a day of 3. Today's day of Saturn and Bina. So for some of you guys, a lot of the limitations and the boundaries and all that stuff that you created for yourself is actually holding yourself back from doing the things that you're supposed to do, which is where this 7 in reverse could be at for some of you guys. Is y'all got too much rules. You got too many rules. You got too many, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I'll never do this again, I'll never do that again. Why? And because you're doing that, like, you're just doing yourself a big disservice. And like, your interpersonal relationships that you could have had, you're never going to have them. You're not going to walk into certain rooms that you're supposed to walk into. You're not going to walk into certain power that you're going to walk into. And you keep walking around like this asshole right here because your whatever rules you created for yourself, they make you like high and mighty. And I don't like it. I'm not feeling the energy. I don't like it. But yeah, work on your celestial enforcer, but you might want to go back to that Saturn energy that you're rooted in. I actually pulled this card. I was paying attention. I pulled this card. I pulled this card when I was talking about you and your friend about wrapping their hair out or whatever with the placements. You had to be mindful of, like I said, there's certain like energy around us, especially with this heavy Pisces energy, that wants to be born. Okay. So I spoke on this before, and I'll speak on it again since we're going to talk about it. Since I'm going to give birth to the sound that's coming into my head. I'm going to do exactly what I'm telling you guys not to do real quick, but with good intentions. Anyway, so you got to be careful with some of these people on the internet, right? Some of these people, they got crystals, they got a crystal ball, they got the locks, they know the jargon, woo wop, we love it here, okay? But they are here to give birth to certain thoughts that should not be here. So they, like, you'll see them a lot. They're very gossipy. Like, the vibe when you're there, and it's like, why are you doing this fear mongering? Why are you doing this gossiping? Why are you, shedding light to these certain things? And then you have all these followers, and they're following you, and they're regurgitating this information. And we know damn well none of them want to live in that reality that they're speaking on. They're not tough enough. They're not militant enough. They're not self-sufficient enough. Ain't none of y'all. Who over here really wants to live in a Mad Max reality? Like, who really wants to live in the Handmaiden's fucking tale? Like, come on now. So why are we even speaking it into existence? Why are you sitting on your big platform, on your 8 of Cups? Why are you sitting there, with this whole Saturn and Leo bullshit, giving birth to stuff and confusing the people? Why are people taking the time to share this and, create remixes to the reels and the videos? And this is what I think on it. Da, da, da. You're expanding the energy. And you guys know the power of one mindset. So could you imagine the power of a collective mindset? And these people have a far outreach. Those are the thoughts and the energies you got to be aware of. And y'all know when y'all know. Y'all know when y'all listening to it. Y'all know when y'all in the presence of it. Y'all know. For those of you guys who are supposed to know, y'all know. So don't give it no energy. I wouldn't even give it no energy to sit there and argue with it. I just wouldn't be in that place at all. Like I'm leaving, I'm unsubscribing, I'm scrolling past. I'm not going to give you any energy. I'm not even going to share this post to put my comment up there to talk about how I disagree with this energy. Just don't give it no energy. It's no sense in spreading it at all whatsoever, because it's confusing the people, it's creating fear mongering and fear. And just like how we talk about these celebrities, which are actually like reflections of us as a collective, just like how this government is a reflection of us as a collective. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to exist and sustain themselves if it wasn't a reflection of us as a collective, right? Just like we swear up and down, oh, they feed in survival for adrenochrome. We have to be afraid. We have to come from a space of scarcity and poverty and stuff like that for them to exist. And that's very true. Because if you thought you were beautiful, me selling this makeup and these titties and this ass to you would not exist. If you thought you were talented enough, you would not be paying thousands of dollars to come to my concert. If you thought people in your community was funny enough, you wouldn't pay hundreds of dollars to come to my comedy show. But you don't think what you have in your community, in your relationships, in your house, in your body is enough. So you give your stuff to me, the celebrity, right? It's the only way I can exist. I can't exist if you're good, if your life is good enough. You're not going to invest in me. You're going to invest in your community. You're going to invest in the businesses around you. You're going to invest in your local artists. You're not going to have time to invest in me. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the government. The government exists because y'all come from a mindset of scarcity and fear. If you knew how to grow your own food, if you knew how to educate, and you knew who your neighbors were, and y'all were collected, and y'all were together, and y'all were doing all this, that, and the third, y'all wouldn't be sitting up on CNN and CNN8 all day. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. It don't got nothing to do with us, because we don't need y'all. We don't communicate with y'all. Y'all don't represent us, and y'all be standing on y'all 10 toes down. But y'all don't feel that way. That's why we still exist. But you see the transformation. I'm not saying that we're not in the middle of a transformation, we're not in the middle of destruction, that these things, I'm not taking away from that. It is happening. It is very much happening. However, there are, just like we have our rituals, they have their rituals too, and they're doing a lot to make sure they stay in existence. Now they have this thing where, oh, okay, you guys, y'all didn't agree with the things we were doing. Okay, now we're putting on fake shows on Instagram and Facebook. Now we got y'all thinking y'all watching our real lives. Y'all not really watching their real lives. You're watching what they want you to watch. They still have what do you call them? PRs. They still have PRs and handlers. You think their PRs and handlers are not coming on in their phones and telling them what to post, what drama to do next with their husbands, with their wives, with some extra chicks, with a da da da. It's to consume you. So what you got going on in your life is boring. So come watch this beef. Like, come on now. We're not falling for it. No more confusion. No more giving birth to these thoughts over here that's swarming in our head. If we really want these different entities to go away, we would stop giving them energy, and we would know what we have is enough. And nosy old woman, and she's on the 8 too. So be mindful of this one. Again, like I said, it's a gossipy energy, and you know when you're around it, and you know when you're in it, because they insult you when you don't fully agree with what they have to say. Like me, you don't have to agree with what I gotta say. A lot of times when y'all be talking up here, I don't agree with y'all, but I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. Like, you're entitled to think what you want to think. I just choose not to engage in the conversation because I don't want to go back and forth with you. And I don't, I just don't. I just don't. I don't want to go back and forth with you. I don't want you to think what I think. I want you to think exactly what you think and be grounded in it. And I'm proud of you. And keep doing that shit. Because you have to exist in your lane for me to be able to exist fluently in mine. That's how it's supposed to be. But I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Not up here. Hit me up in my inbox or something. And if I have space and time, I'll respond. Or book a consultation with me. If you support my business, you definitely can have my time. But if you just up here trying to take my time being in my inbox and stuff, no. You guys, do you really realize like how many people be in my inbox every day? I don't have time to be having one-on-one conversations with y'all every day. I don't. Book a consultation. Book a 33-minute consultation. You can have all the conversation you want in them little 33 minutes. And that first one is free, and after that you gotta pay for it. But I'm not doing all that. Anyway. So that's this right here. That's y'all reading for today. My bad. I'm so short with y'all today. But like I said, I gotta take a little nap. I gotta get up in a little bit. Just to remind you again, I'll be at the Rec Center in Philly for those of you guys that's over in this area. I will be doing an energy awareness course where I'll be showing you guys how to align your planets, your houses, and your into your chakras and how your chakras are associated with your planets and your zodiacs. I'll also be touching numerology a little bit in it too, because I know you guys are getting into that space where you're starting to deal with your degrees and your aspects and all that. So I want to touch a little bit of that, but I don't want to go too deep. And for those of you guys who cannot make it in the physical, tomorrow afternoon on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am doing an online course. Okay, I'll see you there, Sean. I will be doing an online course at 2 p.m. If you guys want the link to that, reach out to me. But it is on Linktree. My Linktree is lesnobodies. And, I hope to see you guys on Sunday, if not tomorrow. And what else? No, it will not be recorded, but that won't be the last time I do the energy awareness course. The energy awareness course will always be free. It is a introduction course into, joining my coven. No, I do have a mystery school brewing where I do break this stuff down even further. So when I'm up here doing my daily mathematics, it doesn't sound like I'm speaking Latin to y'all and y'all don't know what the fuck is going on. But I do have older lives where I do break this stuff down for you guys. If you guys want to go back onto my YouTube page and just scroll through the videos, you can see like older footage of me actually breaking these things down. But that's up to you on what you have time for, and what you're willing to make time for, which is a big deal, which is a big thing. And I say this too. Please don't ask me to make time for something I've already made time for. Like, if you guys see I have all those videos up there and I've already explained something, to sit in my inbox and ask me to explain it again because you want to feel special is wild. Like, please be respectful of my time, especially when I'm showing up for something. I'm going to need you guys to show up too. Yeah, my placements are entering Scorpio. It's a lot of shit I just don't have patience for no more. I'm finally getting out of this Libra shit on my progressive chart, and we love it here. So that's what I have for you guys today. Y'all enjoy this last day of the space of mastery, this 2 and 9, as we enter the energy of 3, right? And yeah, reach out if you would like a personal consultation. My first consultation is free and it is for 33 minutes. And so yeah, peace, y'all.